Hi everyone, I am Eve the Medium and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel and you're interested in developing your spiritual gifts or just simply learning how to connect with your spiritual guides, I invite you to subscribe below and also click the notification bell to be notified when any of my new videos are up. Now, my spiritual family, I know I've been out of sight for quite some time. I've been away from my channel, but those that have been in contact with me understand that I have been on bed rest per doctor's orders. Thank you guys for your prayers. Thank you guys for your support. And thank you so much for your understanding. Well, the video that I have for you guys today is the English version of my previous video. Those of you who are bilingual must have seen already my previous video in regards to petitioning or serving Allah without the knowledge or knowing that this law walks with you and the dangers that this involves. So if you're interested in knowing more, I invite you to stay with me. Hi everyone, welcome back. So my previous video was in regards to a lot of people that have contacted me in regards to petitioning the law. And in this video, I am not only going to be referring to the law, but also to spirits in general. The importance of finding out who are the spirits that walk with you before you set up an altar, before you start calling on a law. It is extremely dangerous to call on a law who you have no idea how to serve. A lot of people go on Google search and also watch videos on YouTube, and all of a sudden they say, I want to serve this law. I want to call on this law. And let me tell you guys, I have received so many emails of people asking me, how do I serve Santa Marta? How do I petition Santa Marta? Those of you that have been following me for a long time know that I have told you that the law are a double-edged sword. Meaning, if that law does not walk with you, and you try to contact that law or petition that law incorrectly, things can go wrong. I also mentioned this on the video that I did many years ago on Elegua. And even though I stated in that video the dangers of calling on Elegua if you do not know if Elegua walks with you. And the Elegua that I'm referring to is the Orisha, not from the 21 division. So a few people contacted me that they printed pictures of Elegua from the internet, that they went to a botanica and purchased an Elegua. And what happened? Their life turned completely upside down. And it is the same thing when you petition Allah. You should never ever petition Allah if you do not know if that spirit walks with you. I always recommend get a spiritual path investigation reading. The Lua will always give you signs if they walk with you. From childhood or as you develop in your youth, you may have dreams with the Lua. The Luas come to you. They choose us. We do not choose them. We do not all of a sudden set up an altar, start preparing services for the Lua without knowing what the Lua wants. Every Lua requires something different from every servitor. What I serve my Lua may not be the same service that another servitor will offer their Lua. Even though it might be the same Lua, it will not be the same service. This is something that you must be aware of. Let's say, for example, Belieberkan, who is synchronized with Saint Michael. A lot of people call him Saint Michael. It is Belieberkan. The Lua is Belieberkan Tone. I will service him with a green candle. If he comes to you, he might ask you for a red candle. It might never, ever be the same. There are people that go to servitor's house for a reading and look and see what they have on their altar and go home and try to duplicate what they see. And what happens then? That Lua becomes angry. Why? Because you do not know what the Lua requires and if that Lua walks with you. When I do a spiritual path investigation reading, I can say 100% of my clients, after that reading and they start taking their spiritual development baths, they will have dreams with the Lua that walk with them. And the Loi usually shows up in their dreams and tells them what they want. Off the bat, the Loi is not going to ask you for a huge service, especially if you're not initiated. The Loi will ask you for a candle or maybe a simple service, but not a huge service, because they know you do not have the knowledge to prepare their services, their foods, and whatever it is that they're requiring. And if they do want you to do something more specific, the Loi will teach you how to do this. You see? Patience is key here. So many people get desperate and anxious and start setting up an altar incorrectly and go to a botanica and buy every single statue that they see there without knowing that these statues as well must be cleansed and fixed with the energy of the Loi. When you see an image of Saint Anne, it is not Saint Anne. It is Anaïs a pie behind that statue or within that statue. You see? So when you see our altar, meaning the altar of a servitor or a mambo, we're not petitioning those saints. And you never know. So it is so important for you to begin from step one. And I know so many people nowadays that refuse to begin from step one. Have to begin with your ancestors, connecting with your family spirits, spiritual guides, protecting spirits. You must learn how to protect yourself and allow these guys to come and teach you, because our spiritual guides teach us. We learn from them. Yes, we learn a few things from our madrina, meaning our godmother and our godfather, but the true wisdom comes from God and the spirits, my friend. They teach us the secrets of the religion. Yes, there are some people, per the guidance of the Loi, that will begin without being initiated. I was one of them, but I was initiated in my dreams. Every initiation I have had those initiations in my dreams. I mean, full-blown initiations, full details. I was taught in my dreams by a specific deity how to prepare the cards, which cards I was going to read, the words to say prior to a reading, to connect with the person. I was taught in my dreams how to do spiritual cleansings. I was taught in my dreams how to prepare their foods, because I began having these experiences at the age of 7. So the Loi have always been around me, teaching me, preparing me, molding me. And then they guided me to the person that was supposed to initiate me. The earthly initiation, after I had the spiritual initiation in my dreams. I never rushed anything because I did not know anything. My mother refused to give me any of the secrets. Everything was hush hush. I learned from the spirits and I appreciate that. But I waited patiently. I learned patiently. I wrote every dream down. Everything that my spirits taught me, I wrote it down. I never tried to go ahead, because what happens is, when you try to do too much, your spirits will back off. I am telling you guys, I've never ever in my life seen so many young readers. And when you really dig in, they're missing so much. It's beautiful that so many young people are interested in their spirituality, but do it correctly. Be patient. Don't get anxious. Don't get desperate. Don't start jumping from place to place. Don't rush to initiation. Take your time. Your spirits will let you know when it's your time. Your spirits will let you know what you need to know, how to serve them. If you do find a spiritual teacher, allow them to teach you by servicing again your ancestors first, connecting with your spiritual guides, learning about energy. In this path, and in every spiritual path, is about learning, is about energy. We must learn to recognize energy, or it will hit you like a ton of bricks. And you never stop learning. In this path, you never stop learning. It's so important to learn as much as possible. And the best teachers are the Loi, my friends. The best teachers are the Lois. I can initiate someone. There are certain things that the Loi will go directly to my godchild and tell them. These are secrets, you see? And when you try to go over your head, start doing readings, start cleansing people, you put yourself in a bind. You understand? And the next thing you know, the Loi are not working with you. You're working with lower level spirits. That's what you're attracting. And you're also absorbing other people's energies and crossing yourself, absorbing other people's bad luck, other people's negative energies, Googling for baths, because not every bath is for everybody. Cleansing baths, yes, but you still have to know what herbs you use, because there's some people that take a pot and make what I sancocho, a complete soup, every single herb. I hear things, I'm telling you guys, that I'm like, oh my Jesus, where did you hear that? Lord Jesus Christ. You have to be very careful. And then they feel good for a couple of days and then they back to step one. So you must know the best thing is to get a reading. And if you do not feel connected with a reader, go to someone else or just ask your guardian angel. That is a connection that you have since the day you were born. My guardian angel, please guide me to someone that can teach me, to a spiritual teacher. Guide me. One will lead you to another. Synchronicities will start happening in your life. You will start drawing the energy of your spirits to you. Patience is key. Do not rush. A lot of people want to rush because they see us spiritual workers, servitors, and they say, oh my God, they're making money and they doing this. It's not about the money. It's about the service and about teaching others. I teach you, you go and teach somebody else after you learn. Because you can only teach what you really, really know. You have to be patient. You cannot go around messing other people up. Because if you're not serving the law correctly, if you're not really connecting with the law not giving you the information, because us servitors, the information we receive from the law. When we do a reading, we receive an information from the law. It's not just opening a deck of cards and guessing. It's not a guessing game. It's what the law tell us, what the law reveal to us, what they show us. That's the information we provide to you. So if you do not know how to call on your spiritual guides or the law at the time of a reading, you're just telling the person a whole mess of mumbo jumbo. And then you're absorbing. When that person is telling you everything that's happening in their life, you're absorbing all that negative energy. And there's a lot of people that do not even know how to cut the connection. So they stay with all that on them. They read another person and they absorb all that. And I mean, what's the purpose? Either you want to help or to hurt that person. Because you're going to hurt them and you're hurting yourself by not doing it correctly. Wait for the law to come to you. Do not rush. Do not rush. I mean, I've seen people with altars from here to there. The altar does not make you. It's the gift that makes you. I've seen people that only work with a glass of water and a candle and will read you from head to toe. When I began, I didn't have an altar. Glass of water and a candle. That's what I was taught. And I will read everything about a person. And I can still do it. And sometimes I don't even need anything, any tools to read a person. But that's the connection from the law. But when you try to start doing too much, they do back off. They do not leave, but they do back off and teach you a lesson. The law really teach harsh lessons. And to get them back, honey, you could beg, scream, and holler, and they will not answer. So please take your time. Be patient. Get a reading. Cleanse yourself. Do spiritual development baths. Stop guessing with your spirituality and do things right. The law are not for play. In the Spanish version, I mentioned a story that my mother told me when I was younger, that her sister was washing some clothes in the backyard in the house where they used to live. And while she was washing, she was singing a song for the law, for a particular law. And she continued to sing in spite that they told her, stop singing. Every time you sing, you're calling the law. And my mother said that all of a sudden the clothes flew everywhere, water was everywhere, and she was mounted by the law. And he was so angry. Who was calling me? I was working. Because in case you didn't know, spirits do work. They do other things. They're not on the altar sitting, waiting for us to call them. You understand? Sometimes we may call them and they do not answer because they're busy and they let us know. So that's what happened to my aunt. The law became very, very angry. And my grandmother had to come and help her. So you see, be patient. Wait for your time. It is never, ever too late to develop spiritually. The more you know, the better. And allow the Lord to teach you. Guys, I hope this video has shed some light. I've mentioned this before. If the Lord walks with you, they will come to you. They will come into your dreams. There are things that you can do to draw them to you, or draw, I may say, the correct Lord to you, if it is your path. If they want you to service them, allow the Lord to come to you. Do not rush. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if at any time you're interested in finding out what is your spiritual purpose, or what is your spiritual path, or if the Lord walk with you, you can visit my website, espiritualhealer.com, and book a spiritual path investigation reading. And there you will find out if the Lord have chosen you. I love you guys, and I wish you a happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great one, and thank you so much for your understanding and your support. I love you, and I wish you, as always, much love and light.